Hello princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today we're going to do a video that I've actually been planning since Lisa Eldridge announced the release of her liquid Lurex eyeshadows. But it is a video that I really knew I had to make a reality when I looked at some of your comments and questions, both here on YouTube and over on Instagram. When Lisa Eldridge released these liquid Lurex eyeshadows that you guys were so interested in it, many of you started just wondering more about liquid eyeshadow. We've had a lot of releases lately and through the years. What are the best? What's the best way to use them? Are they worth the hype? So I want to go over my 10 favorite liquid eyeshadows with you and talk about how best to use them and, you know, what I like about them and how to apply them. Not to talk down to any of you because so many of you are experts. Why don't I put it this way? I'll share how I apply them and we'll talk about what I think are the best. And then down below in comments, I would love to hear what you think are the best. But first, I just want to put in a good word for my friends over at Rose Forever. I don't know if you remember them, but quite a few months ago, they were kind enough. This is not sponsored whatsoever. Not even a penny is sponsored. But they were kind enough here to make for me a bouquet for my set. Let me show it to you again because I am in love with it. These are pink roses. Look at that. These are real roses, and they are pink roses that match my set. And again, not sponsored at all. The people at Rose Forever, they're so kind, made me this to display on my set. I hope I didn't knock it over here. And they are so pretty, and they last a year, an actual full year. They do add oils and such to real roses, and it preserves them for a year. And the reason I'm talking to you again about them today is they are having a Christmas sale, and I'm going to be taking advantage of this. So I have a link below. I will put it in the description bar twice so that you can find it. They're having a sale for Christmas presents that are like some of these arrangements because they come in all different sizes, different shaped boxes. This is a round box, but you can get square and heart and all sorts of things. Different colored roses, all sorts. You can get these Rose Forever for up to 60% off. Plus, if you use my code, they gave me a code, Not Fit for Print Beauty 25, you get $25 off your purchase. Do not laugh. I'm going to be using my own code because this is not sponsored. It's just a really good deal. I am going to be using my own code because I've got teachers to buy gifts for, my nail tech, hairdresser, you know, like all these people that help me in my life and make my life easier, I think would love these because they last a year. So they just, what a great gift. And it's such tremendous savings. So, and because they were nice enough to give me a code, I just wanted to pass it along to you. So that information is below, but I have been enjoying these for months and I get many, many months more. Roses, you know, they're there and then they're gone, but these are Rose Forever. So I'm really excited about it. I want to get into the eyeshadows now, but I just wanted to tell you that and below and I can answer any questions. They're so lovely, these people. Okay, so let's talk about liquid eyeshadow. Now, I put some parameters on this video. I didn't do any potted shadow or any moussey creams. I stuck entirely, because this was inspired by Lisa Eldridge's release, I stuck entirely to little tubes with the doe foot applicator. So that is what we're going to be looking at today. And I'm going to tell you my 10 favorite, how I apply them, and I want to know what yours are too. So let's talk about application first. When you're talking about these that I have in front of me, and you're going to see them all in a minute, with the doe foot applicator, you can apply quite a few different ways. So let me show you my preferred technique. The first thing I like to do is I like to go in first if I'm doing a one and done shadow. We're going to talk about other ways to do it, of course, and I want to know yours. But when I'm doing a one and done shadow, I like to go in first. As you'll see here, I am applying Lisa Eldridge Angelica. And I'm going to do first just one quick layer, just all over, a sheer wash of color all over the eye. And for that, as you can see, I'm going to use my finger just to kind of spread it out there. Now, after I do that, I do like to go in and build the color a little bit in the crease, on the lid, and all around. For that, I do a few things. I do very short strokes because I'm afraid if I do longer strokes, these liquid eyeshadows do set. And you have very limited time to, not very limited, but you have limited time to play with them. So I like to do one eye at a time, not two eyes because they're going to set on you. One eye at a time, small strokes, and then I like to go in with a brush. And the reason I go in with a brush when I'm building is for two reasons. It gives me a little bit more precise application, and well, kind of the same reason, it keeps it from going all over the place. Liquid eyeshadows, the issue with them is they can get a bit messy, and we're going to talk about some of these and their messy, their messy qualities. They can get a bit messy, and if you're always using your finger, you can get too much of it out here on the side of your face. That's easily remedied with just a little bit of concealer, of course, but if you don't want to have to do that, I find that a brush helps with a more exact placement. I like to use a synthetic brush for that. You can use undyed goat hair and a natural hair brush, but do keep in mind that natural hair brushes can absorb a little bit of the pigment. It's not the end of the world, but they can. Synthetic might be best. I use in this video a Sonia G Fusion brush, which are perfect for applying liquids. They're kind of that mix of fibers. That is a great way to apply liquids. So that's what I'm using right there. And the last thing that you can do with these not only is build them, but you can also, if you're doing a one and done look, you can line with them. And I wanted to show you me using just the doe foot right there. Not too much product on there, but I do use the doe foot itself to line both on the lid and underneath the lid. It makes a slightly more intense color near the eyelashes, and it just kind of adds a little bit of depth to the look. And that is all I did, and then I added some mascara and some eyeliner off camera to achieve this look right here, which I am really happy with, a kind of one and done look. Now, you can use liquid eyeshadow as a base. You can put a kind of all over your eye and then add powder eyeshadows over, or other cream eyeshadows. You can experiment and combine the two or three creams, or just use it as a kind of a setting potion to make your powders last longer. Maybe your eyelids can get a bit greasy and they kind of eat up powder shadow. This is a great way to make the powder shadow stay. Also to add a base and intensify the color. With liquid eyeshadows, you can use an eye base if you want to, an eye primer. Generally, you don't need to. They kind of act as a primer themselves. That's why they are great under powder. So I just thought I would get all that in, and I did a one and done look. I didn't even add any powder over it, but I now want to tell you my 10, in no particular order, but my 10 favorite liquid eyeshadows, and I would love to hear the ones you think should have made my list. Okay, let's go ahead and start with one I actually do not have in front of me, darn it. It is on loan, but I do love it. It is the Armani Eye Tint. This comes in 17 or more shades. It's $30, and Giorgio Armani Beauty makes a great product with this eye tint. It is very long lasting. It doesn't crease. I use it as a base. Some of the more kind of plain traditional colors are great as a base, but that really plum color that I think I have in that photo for you are just beautiful, striking, and it's a little bit pricier because it's $30, but they are very pretty, and for me they last all day. So that is 10 out of 10, although I'm not ranking this in any traditional order. But that is a really good, if you have never tried a liquid shadow and you would like to, you really cannot go wrong with that Armani Eye Tint. Let's talk about what no list of liquid eyeshadows would be complete without. If you are a liquid eyeshadow lover, or if you want to try what most consider to be the absolute best and greatest, can you guess what that would be? It is actually Stila. Stila makes the Shimmer and Glow and Glitter and Glow in a combined 13 shades. So it depends if you want shimmer or glitter. Most liquid eye is kind of a metallic shimmer, some of them more glittery than others. I am holding a Shimmer and Glow, but I have quite a few of them. These are $24, whether you get the Glitter and Glow or the Shimmer. Exactly as I said, these have a very precise doe foot. Pardon me clearing my throat. I have a very bad cold that I'm getting over, so I am a little bit froggy, so I have my Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar Cherry. One day I'll be sponsored. Here that I can slurp on so that I'm not constantly clearing my throat. That's better. Thank you for putting up with me. So the Stila is really considered by most to be kind of the granddaddy of them all. And I did have to mention it. It is still around. It is still available at Ulta, at Sephora, probably somewhere near you, and these are gorgeous, and they will not steer you wrong. For 24 bucks, they are a good buy. Now, when we get into the pricey, we talked about pricey with Armani being 30. The Chanel Ombre Premier is 36. I am holding up, there's many colors of this, but for the 100th anniversary celebration of Chanel No. 5, they did this really pretty onyx and gold color that kind of celebrates the Chanel No. 5 collection that they did in honor of the perfume. These are, again, the same thing, with the doe foot applicator. And all of these that are done well have this very precise doe foot that's really easy to use for lining. And I think these are, I've only used these in combination with the Chanel No. 5 eye palette, the powder eye palette, and it's amazing. I darken the edges. I did it in the video. I line with the gold underneath. Absolutely beautiful. And I do love these, but they do come in other colors. This is the collection that, you know, the anniversary collection, but they come with others, a little pricier, $36, but they apply so beautifully, and the formula is such a nice one to work with. So I wanted to name that as one of my top 10. In the more affordable section, we have Rare Beauty. Rare Beauty did 5 different shades in their Stay Vulnerable collection for $20. And the great thing about the Rare Beauties is that they are all, the Stay Vulnerable was all these kind of rosy neutrals. And so all of these are this kind of really kind of easy to wear. They blend out and they're kind of mistake proof. Look at that. I think you can see what that would look like. And for that no makeup look, see, you can barely see it on there. It's very pretty as a quick wash of color on the eye with a little bit of liner and some mascara, and you really kind of look put together. That's what, and you know, they're different shades, but they're all these kind of neutrally rosy pinky shades. Very pretty. Sephora, I think, actually has one of their beauty directors, Maisha, if you've ever watched Sephora videos, she even does a tutorial with these, and it just looks so pretty on her lid. Just such a simple look. These are just a great choice for an everyday quick, and these kind of have an almost powder finish to them. I really like the Rare Beauty ones. Those are gorgeous. How many of you remember these? These came out quite a while ago. These are dual-ended by Huda Beauty. These are the matte and metal melted. They come in 15 different shades. And these are $25, but you do get 2 ends. So one end is matte and one end is metallic. And they come in all these different shades. I have kind of a pinky shade here and a champagne-y shade. These can get a little bit messier, but they're really kind of win my award for the most fun. Sometimes I just use the matte side. You can use that under shadow, but you can also add a little bit of metallic just on the, just right there on the top of the lid, kind of like a halo effect. They're really, really pretty. And like I said, come in 15 different shades for $25. And I like the dual-ended nature of them. I think that makes them really kind of fun. I will link reviews below where I have reviews on some of these products. One being the new Artist Couture Stay Lit. These are $22 each, and they come in 5 shades. These are a very easy to work with metallic liquid eyeshadow. They are just kind of fun, pretty, quick, easy to handle. They don't get away from you and get really messy. I have tried some liquid shadows that just get too messy, get too much over here. You have to take them off and start over. I don't have time for it. I'm not here for that. This is a really, really nice one. The Huda ones can get away from you. The Huda can get away from you a little bit if you're not careful. I suggest a brush. But the Artist Couture I've had absolutely no problem with. They are very, very nice. Of course, we have the reason I did this video here in the first place, the Lisa Eldridge Liquid Lurex. These have 5 different shades. And I am wearing, as I told you, Angelica today from Lisa Eldridge. These are $27, so getting up into the pricier range. They are very, very pretty. They do not crease. They wear all day. I have combined the Lisa Eldridge with powder shadow. I've combined them with each other. They are a very, very pretty product, and the product I chose to wear today, including my gray little Lisa Eldridge sweatshirt. It's a really fun one. Here's another one that has fallen to the bottom of the drawer somewhere, but I do want to talk about it. If you're looking for a really glitzy, glittery eye look, I also recommend One Size by Patrick Starr. He has these eye poppers, 5 different really glittery shades for $22 each. These are a lot of fun. They are a little bit crazy. They are very glittery. They are meant to be that way. They are very, very pretty, just kind of on the lid, especially for a party look. If you were going to a New Year's Eve do or something like that, they are just beautiful on the eye. They are indeed, though, very glittery, but that is their purpose. But they do make one of my top 10. That is a really fun product from One Size. My last 2 are both from Natasha Denona, and I have mixed feelings on them, but they do make my top 10. The first is the Chrome Crystal. This has 5 different shades. Normally these are $25, but they also made my list now because I wanted to tell you that in most places, including the Natasha Denona website and Sephora that I have linked below, they are on sale for $12.50. If you want to try a liquid eyeshadow, then that is a great way to get a designer look for drugstore pricing, because they're very inexpensive right now. Get them while you can, depending when you're seeing this video. These are very, very, very pretty shades. I'm holding 2 of them in my hand now. They are a very typical liquid eyeshadow in that they can get away from you. They have a slightly larger tip. I do like to use a brush with these. They set very, very quickly, and they can be a little bit messy, but they're very, very pretty. I'd love to know what your thoughts on these are. I think they're on sale because they haven't sold incredibly well, but I could be wrong. They're not my absolute favorite, but the colors are very pretty, and they were so cheap I had to put them on the list. But while we're talking about Natasha Denona, I must mention to you the limited edition Chromium Multichrome. These are $28 each. They have not gone on sale. These are one of the most unusual liquid eyeshadows and most unusual makeup product releases really of the year. These were this year, weren't they? These are multichrome. They're not even duochrome, and they are nuts. I'll see if I can get this to show, and if it doesn't, I'll film it. Let me put it here next to, this is already a Natasha Denona shade, but let me put it here and see if I can get it to change color. I think that is. These will go 3 or 4 different colors, kind of depending. If it doesn't change here, I'll do it for you and insert. But they will go, this one, they go gold, this one goes green, this one goes pink, purple. They are pretty crazy, and if you swipe them on your eye and then kind of brush them in and let them set, it will look like you have done a multi-layered look with many different shadows. They're pretty magical. I haven't found an event yet that I really can wear these to. I keep looking at it to see if it's changing color for you guys. I really haven't had an event to wear this to, but these are the types of shadows that when you do wear them, you'll find people talking to you and looking at your eyelids, trying to figure out what it is you did, because it really does look like a lot of expertise went into something that's really just kind of dotting on and using a brush. And if you do it underneath the eye, it's quite a striking look. So they had to make my top 10. What are my absolute favorites? For fun, the Huda. Those are a lot of fun because you get matte and metallic to play with. For creativity, the Natasha Denona, because they're pretty wild. For reliability, Stila is the best liquid eyeshadow on the market. So that's kind of my number one. And for luxury, Chanel or Lisa Eldridge. For everyday, Artist Couture, or Rare. So they all kind of have a place. The actual, other than that, Natasha Denona I just put on the list because they're great sale. But the best of all of them, the best, hands down of all of them, is always going to be Stila. And Giorgio Armani is really good, of course, too. Patrick Starr is the most party-worthy, I suppose. Let me know what your thoughts are and which liquid eyeshadows you've come to rely on. Did you go ahead and indulge in the Lisa Eldridge, which is kind of the new and latest that everybody's talking about? What are your thoughts? And do you agree with me that Stila is still the queen of them all? I'm really interested to hear your thoughts, princesses. I always am. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel so that I can see you all in the next video. I'll just be here sipping at my zero sugar Dr. Pepper and waiting for my sponsorship. Bye, guys.